And we all go through our own personal hells. We're living in this vale of tears, and we've got good days and we've got some really bad days as well. But you can't choose your attitude. How do you do it? You do it by remembering one really powerful question when things go wrong. And that question is, what do I want my attitude to be? What do I want my attitude to be? I'll give you a few examples on this. A couple of years ago, I was driving here in the western suburbs of Chicago, came to a set of traffic lights and turned left at the filter arrow. And a few seconds after turning left, I noticed in my rear view mirror what I refer to as a mobile discotheque. That's right. Cop car, flashing lights, okay? I pulled to the slower lane, and my new friend pulled to the slower lane. And I remember saying to myself, as clearly as I'm standing here, I said, well, for the love of St. Patrick and St. Bridget, what could that fine officer of the law want with an upstanding citizen like me? Well, that was the gist of what I was thinking. I do admit I came out with one four-letter word. But for those of you whose mind is in the gutter, the word was oops, which stands for uh-oh, police, stop. So I asked myself, no, why did he want to talk to me? And the only reason I figured why he might want to speak to me was when I had turned left at the filter arrow, it was slightly red. It's a new term. The other thing that kind of bugged me about this was that the cop was just actually on the other side of the traffic lights. And you're saying, well, why did you do it, Conor? He was driving an unmarked police car, which is totally unfair. Right. And obviously, if he'd been driving a marked police car and he was just looking at me, I wouldn't have done it. So my contention is that unmarked police cars encourage lawless behaviour. Okay? Discuss that with your local police chief. So anyway, I pulled into a small little parking lot on the side of the road. My new friend followed me in. As they're wont to do, he was checking to see if I was a member of the Irish Republican Army, or even worse, a Cubs fan. That goes down really well here in Chicago when I say that, all right? Actually, what I try to do there is I try to get the best, most visceral reaction from an audience. And I was doing this event up in Green Bay a couple of months ago, and I told the story that the cop was checking to see if I was a member of the Irish Republican Army, or even worse, a Packers fan. I swear I did not think I would get out of that room alive. So anyway, as he was checking me, I asked myself the question I said, you should ask when things go wrong. And I asked myself, Conor, what do you want your attitude to be? And I said, there's no point in being antsy and annoyed about this, and he probably doesn't get this slightly red concept. So I see the cop get out of his car, walk up towards me in my side mirror, and because this happened in the greater Chicagoland area, a good Irish town, I prayed he had an Irish name. I prayed he had this vision of Ireland that the roads are still unpaved, and that his firstborn child had just been christened Flynn Murphy O'Flaherty. I look up. Officer Schmidt, who proceeded to advise me minute details of what I'd done wrong. He asked for my license, he asked for my insurance. I gave him my license, I gave him my insurance. I'd asked myself the question, what do I want my attitude to be? He comes out with, sir, I like your attitude. And I'm thinking, jeepers, this question does work. Then he said, sir, your insurance certificate is out of date. My wife normally looks after that, officer. That's known as delegation, right? Okay, she had actually given me the insurance certificate, which I'd forgotten to put into the car. But anyway, I was kind of thinking, so he said, look, sir, you don't look like a guy who drives around without insurance. I'll give you a break on the insurance, but I am going to cite you for going through the red light. Now, I should tell you, this incident happened a couple of years back, and the date it happened was the 16th of March, one day before St. Patrick's Day, which may have helped me a little bit. So the rest of an hour was already a very friendly and affable conversation, continues as follows. I'm not making any of the dialogue up. And I said to the officer, how much will this cost me, officer? He says, that'll be $75, sir. Just paid in the next 2 weeks, and there won't be any more problems. $75? Have you any idea how many pints of Guinness I can get tomorrow for $75? I think he thought I was smoking something. He actually cracked up laughing himself, and he said, "Sir, if I was to cite you for the red light and for the lack of insurance, you would go to the traffic court." So he gave me my love letter, as I call it, the $75 fine, and wished me the best. I wished him the best. That was where the conversation had gone. He went back to his car. I pulled into a small little parking lot at the side of the road, as I said. So to get out of the parking lot, I've got to turn my car around and drive by Officer Schmidt. As I'm driving by Officer Schmidt, I kid you not, he looks up, he waves to me with a genuine smile. And I'm thinking, this is stupid. This guy just fined me $75 and he's waving to me with a genuine smile. And I wave back to him with a genuine smile. And I'm thinking, this is really stupid. He's fined me $75. But what Officer Schmidt, though, would not have known was that for only $75, I got a really powerful anecdote about the importance of asking yourself a really powerful question when things go wrong. And for everyone here in this room, things do go wrong. For everyone here in this room, we've got bad days. But if you can remember to ask yourself the question, what do I want my attitude to be? It can make a real difference to you. There's one other area where it can make a real difference to you. I know that no one in this room has any difficult colleagues. Huh? Okay. Right. I know that no one in this room ever has any difficult meetings or any contentious meetings. If before you actually have a next meeting with your difficult colleague or contentious meetings, if you ask yourself before the meeting, what do I want my attitude to be? You're not going to say, I want this meeting to be a disaster. You're not going to say, I want this meeting to go down in flames. If you ask, what do I want my attitude to be? I think you'll say, I want to get something out of this meeting, this discussion. And when you're walking into that meeting, you can say, hey, chaps, compliment, hear the words thank you, address people with their name, positive words, and find some reason to put a smile on their face. It'll be a different meeting.